Hey guys. So yesterday was pretty awkward, right? That was crazy. I don't even know what happened there, but maybe we should talk about it. Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it. So we are back in my garage for another video, and today we're going to talk about what happened yesterday. Some of you probably have seen my video already. If you haven't, not worth watching anymore, but we're going to talk about what happened because pretty much as soon as I posted that video about the new Kies unlock, the internet started blowing up, things started getting shut down, everybody started making new announcements, and I think that's the fastest I've seen a video become irrelevant. And I think it just reminds me a couple reasons why I don't try to rush and make videos on this channel. If you guys have been noticing in the past, I always schedule my videos out. I make them a couple days in advance and try to make sure, I have all my information correct. But this was a really big news. This was something that a lot of people were excited about. I interviewed Kies, got all the information directly from them, and I think nobody anticipated what happened yesterday was going to happen. So in this video, we're going to talk about all the new announcements, the changes, why Kies isn't unlocking DMEs anymore, and what I think we can expect to see moving forward. So hopefully this gives you a little bit more clarity on what we're experiencing now. So let's go ahead and talk about it, and hopefully you guys find this video useful.
Now, as always, for everybody that's new to the channel, I create these videos to help keep you updated on the latest developments in our community, as well as discuss technical topics so that we have a better understanding of how our engines work. So if you're interested in more videos like that, be sure to subscribe because there will be a lot more coming out in the future.
So for a quick recap, Kies Motorsports started unlocking 2020 plus DMEs. This week, they actually started doing it at their New Jersey location. So they were the first dealer to officially offer unlocks in the United States. We've seen a lot of other announcements and things from people that say that they're capable of doing it, but it seemed like none of them stuck, or they all kind of seemed too good to be true. But this was the first one where I really saw people churning through, placing orders, getting their DMEs back, and everything was just happening really quickly. So of course, that's really exciting for a lot of people that didn't want to ship their DME overseas. Now we had an option in the United States. Like I said, you could just ship it regular postal mail, priority mail, and get it there without an issue, or at least a lot less risk. But the big issue that a lot of people had with it was the price. It was $1,800, so it was extremely expensive, much more expensive than Femto or any of the other options that were popping up. And so a lot of people were upset about that. And I think it was insightful to talk to Kies because they helped me understand exactly why the pricing was the price. They did have a baseline cost associated with every single unlock, and I think they talked about that in their video.
Now, contrary to popular belief, when you go out to do something like this, it is a huge task, and it's not just some guy in a hoodie in a dark closet just typing random keys on a keyboard and finding the magic code. It's a series of teams that are making things like this possible. But while we were able to bring this to the United States, as you can see, it came with a lot of costs, which a lot of them were not dictated by us. So not only are there upfront costs, but every time we unlocked one, we also had a huge bill as well.
So yeah, I think they were pretty transparent about it. Once they announced that they weren't unlocking DMEs anymore, they explained that they were just basically outpriced. They had a base cost that they had to pay in order to do every single DME unlock. And if you guys follow Lewis Rossman or any of these guys that talk about this issue, I mean, it's something across the industry. It's not something unique to the unlock tool that they were using. A lot of companies are switching to subscription-based models and things like that. So talking to Kies, the feedback I kind of got or understanding I came to is it's kind of like a VIN-locked solution. So every single DME required purchasing the license or whatever it was in the software in order for you to complete the process. So that's why the price was the price. Yes, it was expensive. Kies recognized that it was expensive, but because so many people had been asking them to find a solution where they could do these unlocks in the United States, they decided just to go for it, which I think is commendable. At the end of the day, they can't control it. They are not the ones pushing in the binary to create the software, but they were the ones to finally make a tool that would work and be able to unlock DMEs in the United States. But as I said, they are no longer doing that, and that's because a lot of other updates were released yesterday, and I've got some screenshots. Some of them I didn't screenshot because things were moving so fast. Now the posts are deleted, so I'll at least try to share with you what I have records of. I think the first one I saw was somebody shared with me that FP Automotive in Florida said that they are unlocking DMEs, but they did say that they still had to send it out. So it seemed kind of weird. They weren't acting so much like a middleman compared to other people that said they were sending them to Femto. It seemed like they had a new solution. And again, they deleted the post before I got a screenshot. So this is the only screenshot I have as a record of what they had posted at the time. But it seemed like they were going to be sending it somewhere in order to get it unlocked at a much cheaper cost. Then we also saw this post. This was from ECM Tuner. They are in New Jersey, and they also said that they had an unlock solution where they were sending it out. It had about a 5-day turnaround time. So they were both cheaper than the Kies solution, which wasn't crazy since they had to still send it out anyway. But it also seemed like it was cheaper than sending it to Femto, and they weren't specifically saying that they were sending it to Femto. So it sounded like somebody else had a solution that they were using. And then there was the Autotuner announcement, and I think this was the one that just kind of killed the whole conversation because they always had the cheapest unlock solution, but nobody wanted to do it because you had to open the DME, or a lot of people complained about it at least. So now they said that they have a way to do it without opening the DME. It's the same cost, you just ship it directly to them and they perform the unlock in-house without opening it. And it's that same 250 euro cost. So now we have a really, really cheap unlock solution, basically the same price as a typical bench unlock. Again, you do still have to ship your DME out, but at that price point, I think a lot less people are going to be concerned about that. So that was the one that just kind of dropped the hammer and everybody was like, I can't see it getting better than this. Then Femto responded, and Femto said that a bench unlock solution was coming out and they were going to basically be releasing a full bench unlock tool that would allow any and everybody with a tool to unlock their DMEs. But I think there is an asterisk here, and some of you might have reached out to them to get more information. I think they're kind of giving everybody the same response, but they did say that you still have to send your DME to them, which between Autotuner and Femto, I hate when they say remote unlock and use terms that are a little bit confusing. It makes it seem like anybody can do it in-house, but you do still need to send the DME to Autotuner to do their remote unlock, and you do still need to send your DME to Femto to do this full bench unlock solution. I think the big advantage to the Autotuner solution is they say you will not have to deal with unlocking your DME again if it gets, relocked or flashed to stock or updated by your OEM. And then you also, with Femto, send your DME to them, but they said you'll never have to send it back to them. So a regular bench unlock will work in the future if you do a dealer update. So that's really the biggest change here, is that these guys are basically saying we're at least giving you a more of a one and done solution where you won't have to deal with us again in the future. At most, you might have to work with your local tuner shop to unlock your DME again, or if you're using Autotuner, you should never have to unlock it again. So both of these are really big news updates, and I think a lot of this happened because of Kies. So again, big thanks to them for at least shaking up the market and doing something that really created a lot of noise. Everybody immediately had to start dropping their prices and offering new solutions and stuff. So yeah, we'll have to wait until Monday for Femto to give more information on what they're truly offering. But I think all of these updates help illustrate something that a lot of people commented on. How can all of this suddenly drop within 24 hours? And the answer is exactly probably what you're thinking. A lot of them had these capabilities. Maybe they were still testing them or verifying them. But at some point they decided, you know what, we can go ahead and offer this because we need to do it to stay competitive. And I think a lot of these companies have also told me that they are specifically doing their unlock solutions in a certain way to protect their intellectual property. If they do it the wrong way, then any and every company would be able to see what they're doing and copy it and put that into their own offering. So they're trying to protect their investment, and however they figured it out, whatever tools they're using, whatever the process is, they're doing it a certain way to help them at least keep some control on the market. But as things become more lax, they're able to drop pricing, they're able to create more universal solutions and at least extend that option to the community. So what I think is going to happen is this is going to continue to speed up. I would love to see if by the end of the year we had a true unlock solution that could just be flashed through the OBD, just like Gen 1 B58s. Maybe even we'll start getting bench unlock solutions for DME 9. So those of you with S58s and Gen 3 B58s will be able to tune your cars as well. But this is what it took. You know, it took somebody really coming in and offering something completely unique and consistent, and everybody seeing that it's real and that it's actually working, for all of these companies to start saying, okay, we can't, you know, hold back what we're doing anymore. We really need to start opening up the floodgates to keep business going. So more coming soon. Again, look out for that update from Femto on Monday. Look out for updates from everybody else for the next couple weeks. I'm sure this is going to continue to accelerate until hopefully we get a regular unlock solution that doesn't require pulling your DME to begin with. So stick around for more. As always, I'll keep you guys updated on whatever information I have. But for now, I think that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope this helps. And if you have any other questions or comments, leave them down below.